Welcome everybody to Big Braids and Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere, doing a little bit of LCX. Looks like this scenario didn't play out. So, this scenario here actually did. We talked about it coming back down. If it did get rejected up here, more than likely is a 618 line. We'll take a look at that here in a second. But yeah, this scenario did play out. Came through the 786 line, and it's basically just hovering along. I'm almost certain there's probably there's a 786 line there. But 2433 is on the table, which it got pretty close to. And this was just this is on the table here. We'll get a cleaned up chart here, and let's take a look at where we got stuck at. So yeah, LCX basically took off up, tried the 786, came down, tried the 786 again, and it looks like 3 times. And when they're not breaking resistance, 2 or 3 times, more than likely they're usually going to pull down, have a little bit of a, they usually get oversold, and then we'll have a little, this trend here, and then it'll come back up and see if it can get some more gas again. It looks like it got rejected at the 618 at 0.2917. So as far as right now, let's take a look and see where it's going from here. So it is at some support at 0.2541. So will this hold here? More than likely get some consolidation and then the next move up. If it breaks over 2651, you probably start getting some, action like this, and then, you look for, a break at 0.3060. If this breaks, then, you're going to start, getting your shots up, and, we can go through that when it gets to that point. At this point, 0.2541 is the price action to look for. If this breaks, we're looking at, some price action at 0.2402 here, and possibly some pullback to 0.1998, which was a pretty good year. But yeah, so these are on the table here. If this 786 line doesn't hold, but if we get a good bounce on this, once it gets over the 618 at 2.2651, we can start looking at possible focus on higher highs and higher lows. So but yeah, keep an eye on LCX, and also keep an eye on BTC. BTC is basically setting itself up for something. It's still undecided at the moment. Is it setting up for kind of this scenario here, is sideways action and up, or is it setting up for the Bart Simpson? That remains to be seen. Let's take a look at the shorts and the longs, see how they're looking today. So let's see how the shorts look today. A little bit undecided, and the longs a little bit undecided as well, but might be, if I was to look at that, I'd say the lawns. But it's hard to tell. I mean, everything's just so undecided right now. So but yeah, you always got to remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and they should only be viewed as such. But yeah, got to keep an eye on BTC. Keep an eye on the short, see what's going on with that. BTC is still undecided, and LCX is basically just looking. It had its little boost, and had some consolidation down to the 786, which is pretty preferable. So if this holds, look for that next leg up. So yeah, keep an eye on those numbers, and we'll follow up tomorrow and check another video out and see where we're at tomorrow. Cross fingers and hope for green candles, and either way, sales good. If I get some accumulation down here, I'm sure there's some people looking for some sales as well. So yeah, keep those price targets in mind, and you always got to remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you. Have a good evening, folks. Mr. Big Braids out.